I just got spoon-fed a Dragon Dagger, aka Vanora's Mercy. Holy there's no way! There's no way! There's no way! And we're gonna test it out and kill things. See if it's any good. The Varanus Mercy is a tier 90 weapon on par with Drygors. It is also the only dagger tier 90 that we've seen in a very, very long time added to the game, as well as being a rare drop from a skilling activity as opposed to being obtained from a boss kill. The big thing about this bad boy though is the special attack, which could be a direct upgrade of the Dragon Claws, which have held the spot as the primary EOF weapon for melee users for a very long time. It's a pretty decent special attack. You hit 4 times, you have a very big chance of possibly being able to crit, getting a lot of adrenaline back, so that's why that spot for the Dragon Claws has been held there for a very long time. However, this is where the final flurry, the special attack of the V-Dagger, does a very good job. So the first 2 hits of the special attack will deal 65 to 85% ability damage, and the third one will deal 135 to 165 ability damage for a total of 265 to 335 total damage. However, the kicker is that the first 2 hits have a plus 25% critical strike chance and damage, while the last hit has a plus 50% critical strike chance and damage. That sounds pretty cool. Let's go kill things. Up first, the King Black Dragon. Yep, it works. And I got a PB. I'll take it, dude. Now, General Dragon, Bandos, big ogre guy. Yep, it works. Oh my god, it actually worked pretty well. I didn't think that was gonna one-shot him like that. Now, the Corporal Beast, the big old gray dog. I kind of expect this one to be a little bit more of a fight because Corp kind of sucks, but oh my god, a relentless proc, brother. You are literally obliterated. Oh my goodness gracious. One more time. Nice, dude. I love the crit at the end, and the animation is beautiful. I'm a big fan of that. And, as expected, Feld. And now, Vindicta and Gorvik. A beautiful, lovely couple. He's definitely not shagging the dragon. You know what? I'm feeling spicy. We're going to put this bad boy in hard mode, and I want to see how that goes. Hopefully I don't get my butt cheeks clapped. But we shall see. So far, though, the dagger is very, very cool. Practically, legitimately, I do like the animation. I like how the critical strikes kind of stack on top of each other. And the upgraded part of that is amazing. I really, really, really love that. I kind of think, dude, what? That was amazing. But I do think that the critical strike chance is very important to have because, one, critical strikes are very important in general to have because they're a huge multiplier, but it is the synergy that comes from critical strikes that make it even stronger. When you use Meteor Strike, which provides a gigantic buff for adrenaline, it is a very big part for melee to make sure that you're able to use that. And when you use Meteor Strike, then every single critical strike that you get grants you adrenaline as well. And so being able to get that stacked up with it is very, very good. It's a very important thing. And honestly, it's probably one of the most important things because a lot of speed kills you are banking on getting a critical strike to make sure that you get some adrenaline gain. And being able to kind of have a better manipulation of the chances of you getting that versus a Dragon Claws is pretty noticeable. And I'm not sure how exactly practical this would be for like kill times or speed times, but I do definitely notice when you get a relentless proc and you can just go crazy with it, dude. London Speedway right here, dude. Oh my goodness. Amazing, dude. I will never be tired of the swinging of the dagger. It is a beautiful little thing. You can really notice that ramping up on that very last jab on the hit on that. But so far, I'm liking it. I think it's doing pretty decent. And the attacks do hit pretty hard. I think the average hit that you're getting compared to a Dragon Claw is a lot better. And look at that, a 1 minute improvement and the elite Gorvik time, bro. Amazing. Definitely doesn't have to do with my tier 100 sword or weapons or my max health gear or the relic or my grimoire, or definitely not my Zuck cape or not the enhanced gloves that I own. Definitely just the upgrade directly from the dagger is what's carrying this. Up next, Helwyr, a beautiful dog. I love this guy. He's fantastic. He's never bit me before. He doesn't bite, though. He's a sweetheart. I lied. He does indeed bite. Let's try this again. Not gonna let him get me this time. Oh, shit, dude. Are you kidding me? Where am I supposed to... Oh, I'm supposed to stagger with it. Good spawn again on the shrooms. Costs 45 adren to use it. Oh, good 30k right there, dude. I think he's gonna hit me still. Nowhere to be dodged at the time. I cannot believe this boss is a low mid-level one. And you can cancel the animation with it, it seems. You can still get through there, which is very good. Dagger? Honestly, if they all crit and you can get 30Ks on 30Ks, that would be even better, to be honest. I would love to see that. I have yet to be able to get one of those, though. Nice, bro. I like that. 45-second solo. Beautiful 43 seconds. And 40, that's kind of crazy. Almost the same exact time improvement. I cut that in half. I like that. I think it's time we get a little serious here about our time management. And let's go fight a beautiful little lizard called Care Pack, baby. Now, my Care Pack is not the cleanest, nor is my melee Care Pack the cleanest. However, though, we are going to do our damnedest. All right, so I'm going to stack these buffs first. I did not get the barge off in time. Got the guaranteed crit. Oh, that was, dude, wow. I'm really interested to see how the time warp mechanic, where it resets your abilities and lets you get it done. I'm curious to see how that feels. Spec? Can I spec all on the move? I can. So the animation definitely goes through. Like, you can animation cancel it, which is very good. Need to get my flurry down. Get my berserk back up. There we go. We got the time warp mechanic added now. And time warp now. Berserk. Amazing. So now I want to use Chaos Roar with the easy K as opposed to using it with the dagger. Get that big hit in. Beautiful. Creative Fury into the spec. Spec again. Nice, he phased. Beautiful, dude. We have time warp available again. Revuln him. Overpower. So I want to make sure I dump all my stuff before I start hitting him again with it. Beautiful stack of crits right there. Wasn't enough on this last phase. I might get the walls here. Unless... Dagger, 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 save me! Oh, was not enough to save me the walls. I could have done that better, though. But not too bad, though. So this is the hard part. The last phase here. Definitely got hit there on those walls. Got time warp here. Devotion. Spec this one. Was not enough to kill him. I shared Devotion before I did that. Ooh, dude. Oh, to be honest, I thought that was going pretty good. I am just not the cleanest with the melee Care Pack. But even off of that, even with a little bit of polish, I think that would be a great way to get those kills. It feels better, in my opinion, than the Dragon Claws. And that's saying a lot. Dragon Claws are really, really fun to spam. But the guaranteed crits, the animation, it's just chef's kiss. It feels better. It feels better. It feels better for the adren. It feels better for everything else. I honestly think that Chaos Roar as well is buffing every single hit as opposed to just buffing the first hit, which is usually how that interaction is with most attacks. Up next is a pretty pissed off wizard, the Magister. So I'm going to get the pre-build for here because I actually still need the Grandmaster speed kill here. So let's see if we can end up getting something with that. I would love to see if the dagger is strong enough to help me get that kill. I'd be actually pretty happy about that, not going to lie. I mean, I think it's hitting pretty good, but it's not going to give me the speed time. I think it needs like 12 seconds or something. But it hits like a truck though, dude. Oh my goodness. Amazing. I love it. Did pretty good. I like it though. I think with some practice though and a little bit of polish, it would be able to give me that speed time. And now for the piece of resistance, Barney. We're going to go ahead and beat up Raksha. When it comes to Raksha, my best times here are with magic. So I'm curious to see if this is going to be enough to get enough juice to be able to do that, dude. I never pre-build either. Let's go ahead and try and do that and see if this gets us the magic juice that we need to get us a nice PB, or honestly just a nice 2-minute kill. I'll be happy with that. All right, let's get angry with it, baby. First things first, we gotta get our easy K spec on this bad boy. Not gonna be spamming it like how you can't. It's not a replacement for how Dragon Claws would be used. You pretty much want to use it in the same spot where Dragon Claws is. It's the same adren cost that you would be using, but I think it's a little, dude, wow. That's a good time right there. Get the reflect off so we can get blown up here. But because of the adren cost being the same, I do think that the hits are bigger though, and that's the more important part in my opinion. Let's get that Berserk off cooldown. Get the Berserk up now. Here we go. Let's see how fast we can get through this part. Now, most people, actually, they just do this. They just use the easy K. They reflect. And now we use the Dragon Dagger. Dragon Dagger, my gosh. It almost had enough right there. Dragon Dagger spec again. Got the skip, dude, at 1:19 seconds for the very first one. Not too bad. I want to see how it feels up when you're completely juiced with all of the anima at this final phase. Again, though, my melee Raksha is... I'm not even the best Raksha player, but I like to think I'm a little higher than average, so I think this isn't going too badly. But I really want to see how this last bit feels on this last phase. Excuse me. Cannot English. Got to build here for Berserk. Got to build up for the Berserk here. Pick up some of the anima. Get the anima buff here. Got a relentless proc on the Berserk. Beautiful. An easy K spec. Overpower. Oh my goodness gracious, boys. Stab him! Dude, gutted him, dude. Amazing. I think it feels pretty decent. 2 minutes, 23 seconds on that one. Felt way faster than what I was doing. But again, my melee Raksha is not the cleanest thing in the world. But this dagger is stabby, brother. I love it. It's going pretty good. Again, though, I don't know if it's worth it. The 1.2 bill price point, maybe if it drops like 600, it'd be a really noticeable upgrade from Dragon Claws. I think it's a noticeable upgrade from Dragon Claws. But that was a pretty solid kill, in my opinion. I also tried to test this at Telos, a boss I'm very, very novice at. And I'm not going to lie, I could not use this in good conscience because it was ripping through the first couple phases. When I got to the last phase, and like, there's only like 300%, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting bodied immediately. And I just could not figure out how to use it. So, if you're a better Teloser than me, you could probably make this work a lot better. But I couldn't use it in good faith. But it felt nice. So, after those light few testing, what do I think about the beautiful Varanus' Mercy? 1, sick name. 2, Dragon Dagger back. Love to see it. And, not gonna lie though, the animation that you get when you are able to use this spec is amazing. I really am a big fan of stab, dude. And the hits when you get those 30Ks are amazing. I know when a few people have been able to stack the mythical 30-30-30, and that is going to be a goal eventually. But I think that the upgrade is noticeable. If you farm one out yourself, I would definitely keep it. Especially if you're a melee connoisseur. If you're not a melee connoisseur and you're just looking for a nice little paycheck, getting it from the arsenal is a great way to make some cash as well. But I do think that it is a noticeable upgrade, but it's not going to be completely game-changing. I do think that is a pretty fun special attack to use. The 45 adrenaline cost is definitely noticeable, and you aren't going to be banking on crits inside of a meteor strike or any kind of adrenaline buff gain to be able to get that buff change. But I do love the overall feeling of it. I think this was a really good addition and a nice little vertical upgrade for those EOFs that you're going to be swapping around if you're a big sweat stick like most RuneScapians are, dude. But those are my thoughts. That's my opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!